Hey everybody, and welcome back to PE Design 10. My name is Sue and I am from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to be making some shapes. So this is part 2 in the series that I'm doing, starting from the beginning with PE design and working our way up. So even if you're a new digitizer, or even if you have experience, you're likely to pick up something interesting from these videos. I'd like to remind everyone to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to let me know that you guys want more videos like this. If you want to say thank you to me, this is how to do it. Click the like button. It's all free and it always will be free. So just do those 3 things and I'll keep them coming. All right, so let's get into it today. I'm so excited. So we're going to work on shapes. And again, this is basic stuff to start off with, but I think you might find it helpful. Now, we can create the shapes up here under the home. Click and look at all these shapes. I would highly recommend using these shapes whenever you can, because it's actually really hard to make a heart that looks good. I've tried many times and I always find it's just not perfect. So let's click on that and you see, I'll zoom right in, but you see my crosshairs has a little heart under it. So you know that's what you're making. Now you can hit shift as you're drawing it out and it'll remain even. If you let go of the shift, you can make it, you know, distorted, I guess, or skinny, or whatever you wanted. So hold down that shift key for any of them, and that's what you come up with. When you let go, and you let go of the mouse first, because I was holding down the mouse to drag it out, you let go of the mouse, then the shift key. Now you have lots of things to work with here, and this is what I like about PE design. You don't have to change any tools right now. It's automatically back onto it, but you could go up here and this is where you can start playing with stuff. It's so convenient. So click down here, you can change it to cross stitch, circle stitch, radial stitch, spiral stitch, and it's just a matter of clicking. And you can play around with your region sew and line sews and different things, but just for now, you know, we'll just play around with it. Put a stipple stitch in front of it, inside it. That's a bit small, okay, because I'm working on a 4x4 hoop. How about a motif stitch inside? How cute is that with 2 clicks? Now you can also change the outside. If you don't want an outside line, then don't. Okay, that looks kind of weird like that, but let's put a fill stitch in there. If you don't want the outside line, then you do not sewn line, which I think is fantastic. You want a zigzag or satin stitch. There you go. Again, ooh, how about a motif stitch? That one doesn't work the greatest, but click on the folder right here and look at all the different motif stitches you can try. Now, I have tons of fun with motif stitches. They make me happy. They can add something to your designs, and we will be making our own motif stitches and playing around with them and working more with them, because you can arrange them, you can set them up and offset, you can change the size of them. We're not going to do that today, but we will be doing it. I just want to highlight the shapes and what they can do. So pull out a shape, play around with it. It's awesome. You can do so many things with it. So let's delete that. That's the basic shapes. Let's go back up to our shapes, or if you watched in the first video, I showed you guys how to set up all your tools, and I have my digitizing tools right here. If you don't have that, let's go to shapes and you can right click on it and you can add it to your quick access toolbar. I have it. There it is. Let's go. Okay, so the first one, let's go up here. It's easier to see. The first one is a closed straight line. So people wanted to know, I've seen it asked many times, what's the difference between open and closed objects? Because you have to know what all of these mean. Now these are just different ways of doing, you know, that's a valuable one, by the way. I love that one because it's really hard to do the corners, kind of like a heart. But these are your main digitizing tools. And I'd also like you guys to write down on a sticky note the shortcuts. Now the shortcut for closed straight line is Z, the shortcut is X, and so on and so forth. So write them down so you know them, because this is going to speed up your workflow knowing this. So let's go back. So a closed shape is always going to be closed up no matter what you do. Even when you're digitizing it, when you finish it, it's going to close itself. An open shape would be, you know, a squiggly line, not that goes back and is filled in. So can you fill in an open shape? No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to have a closed shape to fill it in. So hopefully that explains to everyone the difference between them. So let's get into it and work a little bit with these. We'll get into blocks and stuff in the next video, but let's just work on it. So closed curve, closed shape. So let's do a closed shape, and I'm just gonna left click and I'm just going to show you. Now you see the dotted line in there? I'm going to have to zoom right in so you guys can see it. That's showing you if you finish the object here, because it's closed, that's showing you where it's going to finish off. Now you can finish it off yourself and make it match, or you could just double click. Oh, I missed. Double click and it does it itself. Now it's still holding on to the last, let's do running stitch, the last setup that I had. So that's fine. It looks weird, but let's change it just because it looks so weird. There we go. Or let's do no sew. So that's a closed one. So you can finish it yourself. You can click twice, or you can hit enter. I will probably hit enter because that is the rhythm of the other software that I use. Now you could do circles. Now it's going to do the same thing. I'm left clicking, but you see the dotted line appears where it's going to close up. So you can match it yourself. You can, you know, put more clicks on it, but it will close up. And I double clicked and I made a really ugly egg shape. But that's okay. It's an egg shape. It worked. It's all curvy. It's lovely. Now, what happens if you want to mix the two? A lot of people get stuck with this. And this is when I want you guys to use your keyboard shortcuts. So put your fingers on the Z key and the X key. And once you press one, it changes. Look at my icon. Look at how I do that. And that is, you can also go up and pick it, but I think this is the best way of doing it. So if you have it on the curve, it's gonna do a curve. Do you see that? It's doing a curve. Do you want to switch and make it straight? Click the Z. And you can get into a really good rhythm and be able to do this just fine. It's gonna take a few minutes, but practice. Do some doodle practices. There you go. I kind of messed that up there. And double click or press enter, and there you go. So you have a shape with curves and with straight points. Now you can do all your adjustments and everything. We're just not going to worry about that today. But Z key or Z key, and Z key sounds funny, doesn't it? Z key, the Z key. I'm Canadian, so we say Z, and the X key. And you could be really efficient working with shapes and using those. The same does apply to the open pass, but we're going to do that also in the next video. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. Remember to like this video, share with other people, and subscribe to the channel to let me know that you want more PE design tutorials and shortcuts and classes. Make your voice heard, shout out loud, I will hear you. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.